the finest young talents the league has ever seen. Whose story changes today? We'll find out in just a few minutes. It is the Savouge Static Spin Doctors going up against the VNS Always Bright Latitude Griffins, only here in the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion.
The Spin Doctors are trying to keep their hot start rolling here at the Phil Oil Center in San Juan City, but it is not going to be an easy test for them as they take on the talented VNS Always Bright Latitude Griffins. It is an exciting Wednesday doubleheader here in San Juan, and we are excited that you all could join us for this incredible afternoon of men's volleyball action. Some of the more experienced players in the league taking on the most young and talented prospects in the game. We have back-to-back games for you with Alpha Insurance taking on the 3B Event Masters later on this afternoon, but our focus will be solely on Savouge taking on VNS. It's going to be a great afternoon of men's volleyball, and we're glad you could join us on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. Jing Hamlang and Noreen Go calling the action for this one. Eto na naman tayo, Noreen. Umaarangkada na ang men's volleyball action. It's great that we are all here for the second week of action in the Spikers Turf Open Conference.
I'm just so excited to be here. You know, a lot of changes, but it's exciting to see the men take center stage.
Absolutely, and we are just getting started, but let's take a look at the layout of the land here as the standings are starting to take shape in our elimination round, double round robin.
Yep, you see who's at the top, crisscross 3-0. Actually, two teams still undefeated, Savouge 2-0, Alpha Insurance and AEP Crab Stars 1-2, 3B 1-1, and VNS have yet to win. You did mention it's a double round robin. They may still have time, but they have to start winning all these teams at the bottom.
That's right, and the VNS Latitude Griffins are particularly motivated to get their first victory, coming fresh from actually a pretty decent result in their last outing, but we'll focus on them a little later on. Unang-una, tutukan muna natin ang ating Savouge Aesthetics. Grabe ang lineup na ipinapakita nila, and they are showing that they are gelling very quickly in this league.
Yeah, it wasn't a walk in the park. They dropped the set, the second set, 20-25. However, what you like from their game is they relied on their strength. Really, their first pass was on point, and then that led to 58 in terms of attacks. You see the numbers right there. But what is important really is they kept their errors to a bare minimum. It's like an average of about 5%, so that's a pretty good number. So, yeah, you said the gelling is there, and we're going to see them go stronger and stronger this conference.
And we're going to be talking a lot about the firepower that they have added to their lineup, but one of their mainstays is Mark Calado, and he was the main man in that last game. Just what the doctor ordered, 20 big points for this former best outside hitter. Grabe ang ipinakita ni Mark.
Well, Mark Calado has been a main man wherever he goes. You know, ever since he joined Savouge, he has been steady. And even with the addition of premium players like JP Bugan, Louis Ramirez, he has been steady. You can see those numbers, 20 huge points. So, but I feel he's going to be the balancing factor because it's a new team. They're gonna rely on him for his, for him to show the way throughout the conference because they want to go for gold, most definitely.
Yes, that is definitely their plan this time around, is to go all the way and really challenge Chris Cross, who are at top of the standings as of the moment. Mark Calado is going to be a big part of their campaign in this conference. Now, let's focus in on VNS. dropped their first two results. This one was a tight game, but ultimately it went the way of the 3B Event Masters. Medyo heartbreaker to para sa ating VNS Griffins.
Yeah, they're a very young team. You mentioned like average of 20 years, their age, but so you're always just excited to see them play and the experience they're gonna get. They did drop a 5-setter, but you look at the numbers, it was close. It was anyone's game, but one thing they have to learn is when it comes crunch time, this miscues you want to correct. This is where you learn from your previous game and bring it forward to your succeeding games.
Grabe, when you look at the numbers, the tightest
close,
of margins decided this game, but it's a big lesson for VNS, and hopefully they will take those lessons into this match against Savouge. One of the players that we need to highlight is that man on your screen, Jersey Santos. He's been the mainstay, yung medyo naaasahan nila throughout the last few games. Jersey Santos, the man who is staying bright as of the moment for the Griffins.
Well, every time we watch or we cover VNS, you're just so excited which player will show up, because you know after that conference somebody else is gonna get them. They're gonna be recruited, and yeah, so far Jersey Santos has been the most consistent, no? Against 3B Event Masters, he had 16 points, 13 attacks, and 3 blocks. And you're just excited for this youngster because moving forward, he's just gonna get better. Let's just hope he doesn't get recruited anytime soon.
Just 21 years of age, pero at that young age, isa na siya sa mga veterano dito sa VNS Griffins. We're very excited for the start of this game, and the first set is about to get underway. If you cannot join us on Pilipinas Live and on One Sports Plus, we'd love to have you on social media. Use the hashtag spikersturf2026 to join in on all the discussion. So here we go. Opening protocol is about to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spikers Turf Open Conference here in San Juan City. Match number 9 of the preliminary round features the Savouge Spin Doctors and their opponents, the VNS, always bright Laticret. And now introducing the 2 national referees officiating this match. Our first referee, Fernando Velarde. Second referee, Marlon Macabenta. Let's now meet the starters. First for the Savouge Spin Doctors. Outside spiker number 1, team captain Shawi Caritativo. Middle blocker number 4, Gilles Torres. Opposite hitter number 6, Mark Calado. Setter number 13, Vincent Perial. Outside spiker number 21, Louis Ramirez. And middle blocker number 25, JP Bugawan. Their starting libero is number 5, Rico Marmeto. Head coach for Savouge is Sidney Calderon. And now the starters for the VNS, always bright Laticret. Outside spiker number 1, Ronier Adviento. Another outside hitter, number 11, Terence Martichon. Setter number 13, Howard Guerra. Opposite hitter, number 16, King Opongin. Middle blocker, number 20, Joe Gamutea. And the other middle blocker, number 24, JV Sumagaysay. Starting libero and team captain is number 2, Owa Cruz. And the head coach for VNS is Ralph Ocampo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Savouge versus VNS for the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion.
Let's take a look at the starters here for Sydney Calderon. It is a powerful lineup. Mark Calado, JP Bugawan, Sherwin Caratativo, Vince Imperial, the setter, Gals Torres, and Louis Ramirez. So much firepower for Savouge. Meanwhile, para dito sa ating Griffins, actually their main man starting off the bench today, but you will see mainstay JV Sumagaysay bannering this squad. You're also going to get the young man Howard Guerra, the floor general, as their setter. Scored 11 points actually in their last outing. Medyo rare yan, as a setter to be scoring so many points. And he is a very talented man, and he's part of that youth Alas team. And he's going to be helped alongside John Cruz and Ronnie Adviento.
Well, for Savouge, when you see the lineup, yes, it's a strong team. You may think they're new, but a lot of these guys have been teammates in now the defunct Signal Super Spikers. So we're talking about Calado, even Torres, Ramirez, Bugawan. So I feel just a little tweaking here and there. For VNS, for me, I really appreciate guys like JV Sumagaysay. You know, he can easily be recruited in other teams, but he chose to play with VNS. So his guidance is going to be key for this young team.
He's going to be the kuya in this team. They do need a bit of guidance. JP Sumagaysay is certainly going to be a man that can provide that.
It's like his career right now. This is not inside scoop. This is just my opinion. You know, it's like his career right now is more of he has a purpose. He wants to guide the youngster. So that's a good thing.
That's right, they did. That you have somebody like JV Sumagaysay with his incredible experience. You can lean on him when times get difficult. He is going to be a mainstay here. Played all 5 sets in their last outing, scored 6 points. Bugawan, unstoppable down the middle.
We're going to see a lot of that, really, if they can get JP Bugawan active early on. That's going to be kind of a go-to for Savouge.
Had a bit of a quiet game in their last outing. Just 4 points para kay JP Bugawan. Sumagaysay, gusto sanang bumawi. That's going to be too much on that hit.
Yeah, if you're VNS, you know you're playing against strong players, right? But for me, your mindset should really be try to challenge first. If you get blocked, then make the adjustments. Don't try to like overthink things. Try to play your game, then make the necessary adjustments.
Babalikan si Obongen. Louis Ramirez.
Oh, good dig.
It's going to be a free one. Imperial. Going to set up Torres down the middle. Calado. Putting some power on that one. Too difficult to stop.
You don't envy the blockers of VNS when you're looking at the front line right now. Who are you gonna like focus on? You just have to make the intelligent guess.
Bugawan to serve here. It's a 3-point lead for the Spin Doctors. Great set from Guerra. Appealing for a call, not given. From the back row, Martichon. Great hit.
Well, that could be poetic justice. VNS actually complaining of the no call or the non-call. Yeah, they get it from the back.
Parents with a lovely finish, 16 years of age. Real talent.
Good serve.
Saying there was a touch. Official agrees.
Adviento did admit early on. So no need for a challenge.
Calado serve. Guerra will set up Adviento.
Good dig.
Imperial to the back row.
Whoa.
Able to save that on the opposite side. Tuloy ang rally dito. Quick down the middle. VNS staying scrappy here. Viento.
Whoa, great save.
Guerra attacking.
Whoa.
So close to the scoreboard. Viento. And look at that, VNS hanging in that rally and picking up the point.
You know, that had it's like it had a bit of everything. It had that that moment where it nearly hit the scoreboard at the top. But yeah, I mean, you appreciate what VNS is doing. They're trying to play, you know, toe-to-toe with Savouge.
May halong gigil yun mula kay Kyle Torres.
We're going to see more of that too, not just from JP Bugawan, because ever since Torres joined Savouge, I think he became a best middle blocker. So, yeah, it's unfazed by whoever.
Ramirez. Goodness me, what a serve that was. In between two VNS players, and that will take us into the technical timeout. The Spin Doctors up by 4.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Open Conference. Aminado ang VNS Griffins that they are yet to find their footing this conference, especially as all except 6 in their lineup are actually Spikers Turf first-timers, the youngest of which is just 16 years old. Kaya naman kung mapapansin ninyo, in all of their games so far, iba ang combination na players na sinasalang nila as they are yet to determine the combination that works. Even off the court, they are still in the process of getting to know each other. But of course, Jing and Noreen, hindi na bago for VNS to have the odds stacked against them. And Coach Ralph believes in the potential of these players. And for the past 10 years that VNS has been in the Spikers Turf, Coach Ralph worked his magic again and again. And who knows, we might see that again this conference. Jing and Noreen.
Thank you so much, Doreen. Volleyball never stops. 10 years in the league, VNS have been a real staple and always very lively to see. And in that last play, nakita natin, they have so much potential, so much talent here.
And every year, you just admire Coach Ralph and the organization because every coach wants to win, right? But really, their focus is to find these young players. They know they're going to get recruited, but they'll still develop anyway.
Yes.
So that means it's hard for them to be contenders.
Talagang tinututukan ang bawat laro ng VNS, not just by our fans at home, but the other teams. They're always looking at the talent here.
Yeah.
Caritativo sends that one into the net. And look at this, just a 1-point game now. Coming out hot from the technical timeout, 3 straight points for the Griffins.
Yeah, but for Savouge, a couple of errors coming off that, like you said, the technical timeout.
Imperial activating Calado. Wide open corner shot there.
Even from the back, you saw Ramirez like prepare to hit from the pipe. Then he set it to Calado as deadly. So it's yeah, I mean, you're gonna expect that from Savouge. Imperial to like weave his magic.
Martin Sean winning that joust. Contested by 2 at the net, and he's done well.
Yeah, that was smart. Overpowering Imperial there.
Caritativo. Nakalusot.
Yeah, making up for that previous hitting error. And also speaking of errors, Savouge right now with 4. VNS with 1. So here, VNS, you have to be happy with the way you're playing. Just an error here, heading towards the middle.
Back set para kay Guerra, and Martechon is starting to get hot here.
That's a great set, you know. Excellent set. Look at that. Just one blocker.
Maaaring bago ang dalawang to sa Spikers Turf, si Guerra at si Martechon, but they're teammates at the youth national team level. So they're gonna have a nice connection. Imperial setting up Ramirez from the back row.
That was smart. That was a smart hit by Louis Ramirez. It's like he just slapped it over with side spin.
Managing to keep their noses in front here, the Spin Doctors. Over-received. Thank you very much, says Mark Calado.
Well, that's an absolute no-no. Anyone for that matter in front for Savouge, you have to avoid the overpasses.
This time, sobra naman ang service ni Sherwin.
But it is a close set, huh?
Sherwin caritativo. The first 2 games, he's shown that despite the influx of new talent, he is one to be relied upon.
And Caritativo has a lot of fans.
Soft touch mula kay JP Bugawan. He is a charismatic fellow.
He is.
Sherwin.
Well, JP Bugawan, we know he can get creative with that because of his hang time.
Fingertips. Enough for JP. His serve now. Adviento. Ramirez powering against the double block to pick up the point.
He's just playing it smart. I mean, you see his follow through really just, yeah, you see that targeting the outer hand, making it look actually pretty simple.
That was in. It looked like it was going to go long, but it dipped for JP Bugawan, and all of a sudden the lead is 5 for Savouge.
Yeah, it was as low as 2. But hey, someone has worked on his game in the off-season. JP Bugawan's serve and his digging. He had a couple of great digs so far.
Mixing things up here.
Oh, miscue.
Down the middle for Torres. Adviento. Ramirez. This time naiangat dito.
Oh.
And the kill block will take us into the second technical timeout. Savouge up by 6.
Siguro yung previous lesson na na-learn namin is yung consistency ng team. Every game must win and para pa-pick papuntang semis. Nakakampi ko din si Louie before in college days pa namin. And si Kuya JP, bilis lang sila i-adapt sa sistema namin, which is happy lang.
Sitting out in this game today, but the message is quite potent from Narciso. It's all about consistency for Savouge. They know they are contenders in this conference, and they have a really powerful lineup, but they need to keep it together for the long term.
And they have to be happy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you just want to enjoy it, prolong your career.
Sumagaysay. Tried to get sneaky there, and they can't get it over the net. The Griffins needing to regroup. Lead is 7 now for Savouge.
Well, I feel the reason why they kept the game close, given a bit of errors from Savouge, they were taking chances. You know, then now they're being pretty predictable. I think you got to come out with some combination plays.
Torres didn't get the power he was hoping for. That one down the line, snuck through.
Yeah, going opposite.
And here we go. First sighting of our player watch, jersey Santos. Pahinga muna si Guerra at si Obongin.
It's a good time to bring it in. We did talk about him in the pregame, right? How explosive he is.
Through the arms of Adviento. And now first substitutions as well as De La Vega and Paglaon check in for the Spin Doctors.
Oh, yellow fits him, huh? We're just so used to him wearing white and blue.
Joven De La Vega alongside Paglaon. First rotation. Sumagaysay this time.
That's what I'm saying. You take chances. You know, you go to Sumagaysay. That wasn't the best pass. I mean, that set was from the attack line. But yeah, that's what you have to do because pretty much even if you're down, you like the way they're defending and they're fighting.
De La Vega scoring on that. I think there was an infraction called before the point was scored. Could have been a net touch.
Yeah, yeah. But even so, because the ball was actually going out of bounds. What a serve.
So difficult to control. VNS scrambling after that. It's si Ramirez pa rin ang tumapos ng rally.
Yeah, Savouge just showing us their firepower here.
Incredible. Timeout on the floor. Let's listen in to VNS.
Ramirez, zone 5 or zone 6 na malakas straight ball and jump serve niya eh. Ang problema, hindi nyo kilala yung mga server ng kalaban kaya nahihirapan tayo umatake, first attack eh. Lumayo na yung score oh. Lumalaban naman tayo ng rally pero kasi tayo nagiging smart sa ginagawa natin. Yung pag-atake natin, chance ball sa kanila yung atake. Hindi sa pwedeng i-swipe out, pwedeng i-fast tip. Diba? Kailangan natin mag-isip, kailangan natin dumiskarte, ha? Go! Pasahin natin!
There's the message from Coach Ralph Ocampo. It's not just about your technique and your capabilities and your talent. It's about being smart out there on the floor.
Well, that's a good game plan, but it's sometimes it's a lot to ask from youngsters with an average age of 20s. But yeah, I mean, that's great coaching because you're teaching them the discipline of playing volleyball.
Paglaon going for the quick. Activating Torres to good effect.
Everyone's gotten a touch already. Doesn't matter if it's Paglaon or Imperial. I guess because if you have a strong team, you just want to distribute the ball.
You have to keep everyone happy.
Yeah. You got to spread the wealth.
Again, the accuracy incredible from Ramirez. But a great response from the Griffins as Santos picks up his first point.
Well, we did mention he is a bright spot, you know, the more consistent one. And we heard that report from Doreen that VNS wants to change their starting roster all the time. So I think it's a good time for him to put back jersey Santos.
They're still figuring out their best 6 on the floor. I think jersey Santos making a good case. He's going to be a mainstay as this conference unfolds. Meanwhile, tuloy-tuloy ang atake dito ng Savouge.
That's a good pass.
Soft touch from Santos. Speaking of being smart, switching things up nicely.
Listening to Coach Ralph there.
But it's a short stint on the floor for Santos and Klima.
Yeah, but it's a good example. We're talking about Jersey Santos is when you put inside the court, make it count. And he did.
De Vega switching it up. Nabasa yung hulog ni Guerra. Bugawan.
A lot of ad-lib plays there on the side of Savouge. Still the same result.
Bugawan making the most of that opportunity. And this one will hit the net from De La Vega.
Well, that's what happens if you go for your serves. It's pretty much 50-50.
3 points for Martishon in this first set. He's being activated here. And he's going to earn his fourth.
Boy, if you talk about player watch, we have to talk about this youngster, Martishon. What, you say 4 points already?
Yep.
4 points.
Nabati natin masyado. Set point now for the Spin Doctors. Guerra. Unable to make the fluid connection there. De La Vega. Nakalusot dun.
Hang time.
That'll do it for Savouge. Picking up a comfortable first set up against the youngsters of VNS. De La Vega sealing it for the side of Sydney Calderon. It finishes 25-16. Short break. We'll be right back. Dominant first set from the Spin Doctors as Savouge Aesthetics takes it 25-16. Their firepower on full display. Bugawan, De La Vega, Calado, Caritativo, everybody contributing to this, including Louis Ramirez. They spread the wealth and they showcase why they are one of the favorites in this 2026 Open Conference.
Well, it took a while for them to actually step on the gas, but when they did, yeah, they didn't look back. Because of the depth of their bench, really, whoever you put in pretty much will deliver, and you love what the setters are doing, Imperial and Paglaon. Like you said, spreading the wealth, pretty balanced scoring. Look at well, all skill set categories really point to a Savouge win, but one thing Savouge, they want to learn. Well, they know they need to lessen their errors. But so far, so good. Everything pretty much negates the 6 errors that they committed. VNS with 2 errors. That's pretty good for a young team, because young teams have a tendency to commit more errors. But they're showing us maturity in their game. And at the start, we saw a lot of great plays, great defense. We saw players like Martishon like the bright spots. So, you know, a young team, you just have to look for the positives and then you apply it. Like here in the second set, apply what you learned in the first set. Look at the numbers. You want the block, you want the serve tough, you know, and increase your chances for attack points. So that's pretty much a learning experience for VNS.
Jersey Santos will start this second set. Picked up 2 points in a very short stint in the first. So no surprise na ipinasok siya dito ni Coach Ralph Ocampo. He joins a few of the regulars from that first set. It's going to be their setter, Howard Guerra, to get things started. He packs a punch from the service line. JP Pugawan picking up where he left off. It's his 5th point of the game.
Well, I think the middle blockers, they need to really take chances in terms of going for the blocks. I mean, if you get faked, right? If you get duped with that middle blocker, then so be it. But if you get a stop, then, you know, that's going to be huge for them.
Speaking of picking up where they left off, Monteshon also with his 5th there.
I like that whip, right? At the end of his follow through.
He's growing in confidence, the young man. And Ramirez firing it at Guerra, who could not react in time.
He is firing at will. I mean, it wasn't the best of sets, but he just finds a way to make do. It was low, look at that. It wasn't even a full, like, swing, but still the same result. That's how good he is.
Get up, back sets it to Santos. Savouge scrambling a little bit here. That one's gonna go over. And that one will go out. Savouge were just in disarray throughout the rally.
Yeah, that overpass. They were already lucky that VNS did not put that away.
Jo Marie Gamutea. Imperial scrambling over, setting up Calado. Guerra still sorting out his digging technique here.
But we saw a lot in the first set. Good digging, good defense. You know, that kept them keep the game pretty close. It was 12-10 at one point before Savouge pulled away. They have to go back to that.
Straight back to Savouge. Torres with a soft touch at Viento. Going back to Jersey Santos. Ramirez, did he get a touch? Yes, he did.
Some way. He finds a way, Louis Ramirez. And you know, he's part of the Las Filipinas team. He got so much experience from his stint there. And he's bringing it here to the Spikers turf.
He's taking the next level. If you take a look at the numbers of Mark Calado, leads all scorers at the moment with 6. And you simply cannot do that against Savouge. This time Gils Torres taking advantage.
But then Jing, it's easier said than done. Look at that serve of Mark Calado. The one thing they will learn, you know, how to return these tough serves. And I'm sure they do it in practice. And again.
Yun lang.
Oh, better dig.
That one goes over. Calado. This time, VNS have an answer.
Well, that's 1 block point. Stat 1 for Adviento. They need that. I mean, see, you go for it, you get a block, and hopefully string up a couple of points.
A real confidence booster for them at the net. Great reactions from Cruz. And Jersey Santos nakalusot.
Well, back-to-back points, you see the impact of one good monster block.
Got a spring in their step here in the second set. Imperial sending it over to Louis Ramirez, who puts a stop to that mini run.
Yeah, you know, Cruz is a very good libero, but yeah, that was just too powerful for Louis Ramirez. See the way he dodged the outstretched hands of JV Sumagaysay.
He's crafty, Louis Ramirez. Look at that serve. Adviento swiping it. Sumagaysay.
Oh!
Sumobra lang.
Yeah, miss hit. You know, I'm sure it didn't touch the entire palm. Maybe it's some wrist. But yeah, wasted opportunity. You won't get a lot of these, so you have to actually take advantage every time you're given. Oh, better pass.
This time again, Adviento tried to utilize the soft touch. And it was sent right back by Gil Torres. Savouge takes us into the technical timeout. They're up 8-4.
Back here in the spikersturf Open Conference, completos recados. That is how Shawi Karatitivo describes the bolstered lineup of Savouge Aesthetics this conference. At dahil nga completos recados, Shawi says that it gives him the confidence to do a little bit more of everything, from attacks to defense, at nakita nga natin yan last game. Dagdag pa ni Shawi, dahil mas naging solid ang lineup nila, naging healthy competition for the team kung sino ang papasok na anim. Smooth din daw for him ang adjustment niya with the new players because he has known ang mga kapwa niyang Ilocano na sina Louis Ramirez, Mark Calado, JP Bugawan, Gil Torres for 9 years now. They've played against each other, won games together, palarong pambansa pa lang. And that history might be one of the greatest weapons this conference. Balik sa inyo.
Salamat, Doreen. It speaks to the character ni Captain Sherwin Caritativo that around more talent, his game is raising. And he has been a pillar in defense in particular, leading the way in blocks in their last 2 outings. Grabe din ang pinapakita ni Shawi.
I love that report. The history is the greatest weapon of all mankind.
It must be a real treat for these players. They know they've gone through such a journey together as athletes, as volleyball players, as opponents, and now teammates.
They just want to enjoy again and prolong their career as much as they can.
3-point games. Service ni Sumagaysay.
Oh, good save.
It was misreceived, but they stay alive in this rally. Santos. Calado. Making it over to the ad boards. Martishon. Naibalik. Second chance. Didn't get a touch. No.
Oh, wasted opportunity there, but you gotta credit Mark Calado for that point.
For a moment, just 5 on the floor for Savouge. Mark Calado had to cross over to the opposite side.
Had to do some wind sprints.
It looked like it went over again. No touch at the net.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Try to get some tips, you know, try to challenge.
9 excellent sets for Imperial. 11-6, the score.
Good dig.
Imperial going for a second opportunity. First point of the game.
Well, even if they're just playing set to the open, set to the middle, it's effective. But more if they go to combination plays.
Renzel Antonio joining the fray and making a mark right away here for Savouge. Howard Guerra.
Oh, good serve.
And the first serve, a service ace for VNS.
See, easily, when we look at the stats in the first set, no block, no ace. Now they have one block, one ace. And that's why that's what we're saying. You have to learn from that loss, right? And you never know. Make this close. Maybe get a set.
And again, you were talking about it. It's about making the progress, always learning. You can see they're growing from set to set. 4-point game. Service ni Renzel Antonio. And clever from Gamotea.
That's the way to go. You challenge the likes of JP Bugawan.
Sneaky move there. Bugawan, the decoy, Ramirez. Set back by Jersey Santos.
Stat 2. But that's an amazing block because one-on-one. Look at that.
That is a point to celebrate for Jersey Santos.
Someone's gonna have a good night's sleep tonight.
Kahit anong mangyari today, guys, na-block ko si Louie Ramirez.
Solid solo block.
Round serve. Yun lang. Ang ganda na pagkabawi dito ni Louie Ramirez.
That was quick.
Napakamot na lang dito si Jersey Santos.
I'm still enjoying my block. You have to spoil my block party.
Service to JP Bugawan. Guerra setting up the other Santos. He's making an immediate impact here. Winfred John on the score sheet right away as he attacks Mark Calado.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Calado was there. The block was there, and that's what Coach Ralph would say: play it smart, hit it off the hands. Whoa!
Good block on Calado. Ramirez sends it over. Free ball.
Good save.
Ramirez staying aggressive on a broken play. He does the magic there. Iba rin talaga when you have the talent and capabilities of a Louie Ramirez, and that is into the technical timeout we go, 16-11.
Ipapakita ko lang naman is yung skills ko na nag-improve. And actually, from ACL, kasi naggaling din ako from ACL injury. So I think yung pagiging veteran and actually mastery when it comes to skills and mentally, yun siguro yung magiging factor na ibibigay ko sa team namin ngayon. Kasi most especially mga bata to ngayon.
At 28 years of age, Ronnie Adviento amongst the veterans of this side. And you need to appreciate him getting an opportunity to continue playing. It's never easy to come from an injury and a major injury and an ACL tear. And he must be feeling really good and grateful right now that he's on the floor competing against an amazing side like Savouge at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, in all sports, it's sad to hear about these injuries, but you always want to egg them on, right? Happy to see these success stories.
Straight back to Jersey Santos as Louis Ramirez seemingly taking that duel personally now after yung block. He's been making sure na hindi makalusot dito si Jersey Santos.
Yeah, you know, that was a single block, and he's probably saying, for every one you get, I'm going to block you twice. 2 more times, maybe more.
This time, Santos hindi nakalusot. On the opposite side naman, itong si Winfred Jean, and Coach Ralph Ocampo has seen enough. He wants to talk things over.
Ready ka, tapos basahin mo. Pag tumama sa kamay, basahin mo galaw. Nanguhula ka, pupunta ka dito, yung bola nandito eh. Lumalayo na ulit yung score kasi nga, yung mga decisions natin, mga choices natin. Sarado yung blocker, pag yung papaluin sakto sa blocker, targetin niyo yung mga gilid, paulit-ulit. Pwede yung swipe out eh. Diba? Or pwede yung pa-rebound, tapos buulit tayo ng play. Malakas pag-serve yung kalaban natin, papulawin na papulawin ako, hindi tayo maka-side out.
Kasama natin, tapos cover tayo. Always take them over. Let's go!
Let's have a look at this last play. Winfred Santos trying to get it through, but grabe din yung hang time ni Torres.
Yeah. And they have, if you're VNS, you have to realize that because it's not the first time. I think Adviento had one, or Mortishon, one of those. They dropped it, but because Torres just stayed in the air so long, he put it down.
This time, Santos nakalusot.
Wow, you said earlier, instant impact, and he's continuing.
Pair of changes now. First sighting of Mike Genesis Ferrer. At babalik din si Klima on the floor as Guerra is withdrawn.
Testament to what people are saying, that Coach Ralph wants to use his bench, give them the opportunity.
Ramirez blocked on that occasion.
Wow, that's a great substitution by Coach Ralph. And when you look at Ferrer and Sumagaysay at the net, that's gonna create some problems. That's a wall.
It's quite a formidable front line now for VNS, but that service goes over from Klima. This time, taking a bit of steam off of that. Unable to get there. He was scrambling on the floor. Bim Dionis did his best.
That was just a smart tip by Sumagaysay. But what about Klima keeping that ball alive? It's like close to going over.
5-point game. Paglaon.
Wow.
Setting up De La Vega at dumadami na dito ang mga block points ng VNS.
Boy, Mortishon has been some sort of a revelation for me here in this game. Trying to do a little bit of everything for VNS.
You can see JV Sumagaysay pumped up after that point. Paglaon. Sumagaysay down the middle. De La Vega is blocked again.
That is the 5th block of VNS.
Ngayon, ta-timeout naman ang Spin Doctors, the lead down to 3.
Walang problem natin, receive muna tayo. Yan muna yung unahin natin. Pangalawa, pag may papalo kasi, cover kasi tayo. Ang daming na na bola, daming bumababa. Wala nag-a-attempt sa atin mag-cover. Okay? Pagbalik natin dyan, patayin natin ng ganyan.
Straightforward message from Sidney Calderon. Didn't need to get off the bench there to deliver that. And we take a look at this.
Look at that celebration by JV Sumagaysay. For those who know him, that's familiar sight, you know, stuff blocks.
That is a response that Coach Sidney Calderon is looking for. Torres, immediate response after that timeout.
At least they're listening to Coach Sidney.
Deshaun angled a little too much.
Yeah, I mean, that was a perfect set by Klima. The blockers were late. That's what they're going to learn through time. You see one blocker, no need to go for the line shot. Just put it down.
And that one will go long. Did it take a touch? Officials say no, but there's going to be a challenge. VNS felt there was contact at the net.
Well, no admission of guilt there on the side of Savouge.
It looked like it was a bit of a looper. Ferrer felt there was definite contact. His teammates agreed. Nevertheless, regardless of how this point plays out, it's been quite a fight that VNS have showcased in this second set.
Yeah, they are actually out blocking Savouge. I mean, that in itself is already a small victory.
Here we see, let's take a look at those fingertips. Didn't look like there was a touch. No change in how that ball was rotating.
Yeah.
Lead is 6. 3 points away from taking this second set. The Spin Doctors to serve. Sumagaysay. It's a good dig on the side of the Spin Doctors. Medyo sumobra lang. Martishon couldn't get there. He was on the stretch.
But, you know, that was the right thing. You know, he had the right thing in mind. What we always mention for a young team, it's one thing they want to improve in time. It's a good decision making, it's the execution.
Just over from Torres. And that's great execution from the Griffins. Ferrer able to score.
Well, you know, the individual talent is undeniable for VNS. A great program really by Coach Rao. It's a matter of them playing well at the same time and early.
Paglaon setting up Antonio on the combination. And that'll take them to set point.
Well, how easy Savouge gets to respond after one timeout.
De La Vega's service is well received. Soft touch, and that's a great dig. VNS take advantage here. Didn't make the greatest of connections, and De La Vega finds the hole in the middle. And that'll do it for the Spin Doctors.
Making it look so easy. Look at that. That's how to score. Just that follow through.
They take the second set. And they take a commanding 2-set lead here. The Spin Doctors en route to taking their third victory, third set action just around the corner. Welcome back. Savouge Spin Doctors up 2-0. They were made to work a little harder in that second set. VNS more sturdy at the net, scoring aces, scoring great points like that courtesy of Martishon, but the experience and the quality of the Savouge Spin Doctors just shining through in the end.
Yeah, I mean, VNS had a better set for me in terms of improvement in serving, getting 1 ace, getting 5 blocks. So you see, that's what you want from a young team, is actually the constant improvement. But one thing I'm looking at really is they tend, back to kids being kids, no? They tend to commit more errors. They have 9 as compared to 2 in the first set. So you know that is a possibility and a probability. So that's one thing you have to address. No? Everything else, you should be happy. The blocks, we asked that of them. You know, they block better, but they also need to improve on their attacks. They just equal their first set attack. And if you play against a team like the Savouge Spin Doctors, you need a bit more. You need to change things up. But again, you should be happy if you're VNS because improvement is there, and that's what you want.
Yep, definitely. 7 more errors, however, really hurt them in that second set. Taking a look here at both sets of players. Ramirez leading the way as Calado cooled off a little bit in that second set. Ramirez has got 10 points. Jersey Santos has 4. It's Martishon who's leading the way. Will Torres has 8. He's been solid in the middle. And he is the main man right now for the Griffins with 7 points. Been doing it in attack and in defense as well at the net. He's been good.
As you were saying that, I'm looking at the starting unit for Coach Sydney, pretty much a different unit, really using the depth of her bench.
Caritativo back on the floor. Reyes is out there as well. Imperial setting up that hit from De La Vega. Reyes, the decoy. Open look para kay Caritativo. And he makes no mistake.
And look at the celebration, enjoyment after that. You know, if Caritativo is, at the hitting end of a combination play, chances are that's a point.
Gentlemen on the floor, si Louis Gaspar Gamban. Too much heat on that one.
But, again, I'm looking at the numbers also of the second set. We talked about the 9 errors of VNS. What about the lone error of Savouge? So pretty much, Savouge is playing clean.
Yes. Reyes scoring on that play. Angelo Reyes on the board here. Sherwin Caritativo's serve. Medyo bitin.
He buried that into the net. But, these guys are going to warm up, but I feel for Savouge, once they get to warm up, it's going to be a fun thing to watch.
It's a great first ball. Sets up everything here for the Spin Doctors. And it found the corner.
Ooh, lucky break. No, I think they called it out, but a net infraction.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Pays to be good, pays to be lucky. Pure Savouge.
Just over the net. Santos will pick up a point. It looked like there was a net touch, perhaps. Let's have a look here.
Yeah, I think they called it on the hair. of Gamban. But it's funny because the bench, when they were celebrating that dig from Reyes, you don't see that often a good dig from a middle blocker.
Great running hit mula kay John Daniel Diwa. Haven't seen many of those in this game.
Oh, good pass.
Mistake from Caritativo. Keep it alive here. Soft touch. Santos. Leaning back, but still got the power on it. Gamban.
Good dig.
Ooh, look at that. Winfred Santos able to score.
Well, he earned his spot there at the starting unit for Coach Ralph Ocampo.
Considered a veteran on this side, but still a very young man at 23. Itong si Winfred Santos. Gamban packing a lot of heat on that one. Back set, Joven De La Vega, unstoppable.
Yeah. Boy, Imperial just maximizing his opportunities, his choices.
Found that nice gap in between the two blockers. Great accuracy from De La Vega. A lot of power on that from Gamban, but it did not clear the net.
It's interesting to note, really, that if a coach has the luxury of fielding in a different six, in a different set, then you know how deep that their bench is.
Absolutely. And look at this. The Griffins take the lead. Incredible. The Griffins having a great start here to start off this third set.
And blocking well.
Look at that.
Okay, my bad, says the first referee.
It's a retake for JV Sumagaysay. Another good serve. Nabasa yung palo ni Diwa. Caritativo. Able to score off the block.
Yeah, better angle by Shawi Caritativo. But you know these players, they will adjust as they see the blockers' hands.
Short-lived lead for the Griffins. Can they retake it? Caritativo. Nicely dug up. Chance ball. A bit scrappy on the floor.
Yeah.
And they take full advantage there. Reyes establishing control for Savouge.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect term, Jake. I mean, finally some control over, some sense of control over that exchange.
Balik sa kalamangan dito ang Spin Doctors. And they build on it. Kill block for Reyes. Takes them into the technical timeout with a 2-point advantage.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Open Conference. At the age of 16, it is already Howard Guerra's third year in the Spikers turf, and he knows how golden this opportunity is. Sabi nga ni Howard, alam niya that a lot of kids dream of the opportunity that he has. Kaya naman inaalagaan niya talaga ang pagkakataon, lalo na as he sees volleyball as his chance to get into a good school and finish schooling. As a fairly new setter, having transitioned as a wing spiker to a setter under Coach Ralph, Howard says his role model is Owa Retamar. As early as now, he tries to imbibe Owa's leadership and ball distribution on the floor. And he even hopes to follow in Owa's footsteps and play for the national team and even in the pros. Jing in the ring.
The ceiling is very high for Howard Guerra, and you can see his hitting is very good. And now he's developing as a setter. You can see the talent is there for this young man. Already very mature despite being 16 years of age. It's quite incredible, and he's getting great experience here against such high-level opposition.
Yeah, I like his technique, you know. The way he's setting, if Retamar is your peg, I mean, that's a good peg. You're just going to try to be as good as him. Still young, like you said.
He's on the right track. He's on that Alas youth team. He's got a great serve. Guerra setting up Martechon. Second opportunity.
Whoa, good dig.
That will be a point for the Spin Doctors.
It's funny because Cruz knew it was going out, so he let it go. Then you see Marmeto there. So why are the two liberos beside each other? What's going on here?
Well, that's unfortunate for the Griffins. That one served out.
Remember, in set 2, they had 9 errors as compared to just 1 for Savouge.
Down the middle. They haven't scored many of those. That's going to be a breath of fresh air from Gamotea.
But you see the way, you know, they're designing that play. I mean, Guerra really looks like he's in control.
Martechon, quick reaction. He's on the stretch. Winfred Santos. But he's improvised well.
We are tied. And also the psyche of VNS is like, okay, you're bringing in your quote-unquote second stringers, right? That this is a chance for them to like fuel the fire, like, oh, we better have better score or we want to win this set.
Service error, though, gives the initiative back to the Spin Doctors. Guerra getting up high for that.
Good save.
Winfred Santos, naibalik ni De La Vega.
You know, that was just a good block by Joven De La Vega, but Guerra with a great set. Look at that, the middle blocker in Reyes bit. So it's a solo block, but De La Vega gets a great block.
Guerra setting up Jersey Santos this time. He's been quiet as of late.
Yeah, his game was actually intimidated by Luis Ramirez in that second set.
Service ni Sherwin Caritativo. Santos sumusubok bumawi. Gamban.
Whoa!
Fantastic hit, but an equally great dig. And Gamban finding a hole in the defense.
That was just smart because Gamban was out of position. But look at that dig by Dione.
Great floor awareness. Wala kay Gamban.
Whoa!
What a sequence from the Griffins. Gamotea puts it away.
You want to see more of that. I mean, we've seen a couple of that here in this match, and that could be one of their strengths, that connection.
That was emphatic from Gamotea, and here he is to serve. Reyes on the stretch. Scrambling our VNS. And Reyes, second chance, puts it away.
Yeah, the first try was a warm-up practice. Here's a legit one.
Well executed there. Starting to create a bit of separation. Savouge now up by 4. Gamban. Looked like it went long. Klima checking in. Pablo checking in. Guerra and Jersey Santos. Pahinga muna.
Well, you like the constant shuffling of Coach Ralph Ocampo.
Savouge were improvising there, but Gamban able to score. That will take us into the technical timeout. 4-point lead for Savouge.
Nag-start po kasi ako sa VNS before as younger. Ako po yung pinakabata sa team before. Ngayon po, ako na po yung veteran sa amin. Sisimulan ko po siguro yung pag-lead ko sa team. Ilan lang po kami natira dito na dati pa sa VNS. Siguro mas aralin pa dapat nung iba sa amin, yung system namin na dapat gawin sa game.
John Joshua Cruz, 25 years of age, but already among the veterans of this VNS side. Again, it's a very young team. So many teenagers on the floor at the moment. I count 7 in their squad.
Yeah, I was looking at you count that. But you know what you like about Cruz? He looks like he's the steady one. Like he's not rattled. So yeah, it's something to look forward to.
Klima setting up Winfred Santos, pero basang-basa ng Savouge.
Yeah, Diwa. We know him as, you know, not the tallest of middle blockers, but his timing is really impeccable. Look at that.
See him adjust his arms as well. Alam niya yung intensyon ni Winfred Santos. A lot of power on that. Too much in the end. Coach Sidney Calderon sticking with a more experimentative 6 on the floor, and they're getting the job done so far.
Yeah.
Gamban.
Wow. That's a great set by Imperial.
Wonder how much power he gets on this.
Five-point game.
Luis Gamban serve. Klima setting it up down the middle. An infraction called right away. Looks like there's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, they call a net violation on what, Pablo?
The coaching staff did not hesitate to challenge that.
But I was looking at Diwa. He was signaling that he didn't see. He said, "Wala."
Might be the first successful challenge of the day. Six-point game. We've still got another great game to look forward to with the Alpha Insurance Protectors taking on the 3B Event Masters. our Wednesday doubleheader. Let's have a look here. Oh, it was close, but maybe no touch.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Point will be replayed.
Yeah.
It's a good challenge.
They saw the net move. That was the ball, actually.
It was Klima under the microscope there. Caritativo, nabasa. That one will go over. Looked like there was a touch on Sherwin Caritativo. And he's the one who turns around and says immediately, no touch.
Check ball. Sure ka? Sige, ikaw sanay niya sa check ball.
They're just enjoying themselves. But, you know, I feel Caritativo is a very underrated blocker because so far in this match, you see the way when Caritativo goes up to block, the way he positions his hands. I mean, such a good blocker.
He reacted immediately when that point did not go Savouge's way. Mukhang convinced naman yung coaching staff. Let's have a look here. Yeah,
That's far.
it's quite a distance actually. So back-to-back successful challenges, one from either side. It's a 6-point game. Savouge 6 points away from taking their third straight set and their third straight victory in this open conference. Now we'll go long from Gamban.
Well, for VNS, you're hoping for one push here. We've seen a bit of good volleyball from this young squad.
4 points para kay JV Sumagaysay. Collision on the floor, and Caritativo overcooks that one.
Well, that's one for VNS. That's back-to-back points. So it's a start.
Not the best reception. Sumagaysay able to score off the serve.
Boy, Sumagaysay has been serving well today, giving problems to the first pass of Savouge.
It's a nice run for the Griffins. 3 straight points. Diwa sneaking it through.
It wasn't the perfect approach or the perfect slide, but still able to use the blockers.
Off the net first, then off the arm of Martishon. They all count though. Barely over the net. Pablo able to power through. Jersey Santos and Howard Guerra back in the game. Counterparts Klima and Pablo doing a good job in their absence.
Yeah, but for VNS, you're still in it. You want Cruz. We talked about him in the pregame to get going.
Caritativo blocked at the net.
Wow!
Look at that. Aggressive from Imperial.
Now, that's his version of a running spike, a slide.
Saw the opportunity. There is a timeout on the floor. Let's listen in.
Huwag kayong magulat, tsaka dapat always kayong ready. Nagugulat kayo sa mga nangyayari. Nagulat kayo, biglang may papalo pa lang setter.
Sino blocker nun? Sa inyo.
Pag-ulan tayo, kuha lang tayo ng magandang receive. Taka tayo, dikit natin yung score.
Up muna natin yan.
Go, nag-improve tayo, nag-improve tayo.
Yes! Wait! Kasi last time, wala tayo.
It's only a 4-point game. Coach Ralph Ocampo sees there's a real opportunity here to extend this match.
But you did hear, he did say, nag-improve tayo. So he's pleased with the way his boys are playing.
Guerra trying to make the most of the difficult reception, and they do.
Again, Martishon actually top scorer for VNS and showing us really, you know, raw, but getting there. He's just gonna get better.
Berial setting up Reyes.
Oh,
the
good
short.
save.
Keeps it alive. Difficult one for Sherwin. And that tip gonna do the damage for De La Vega.
You know, De La Vega is one player who we've seen through the years is good at improvising. Every time he gets a set, if it's not to his liking, he's gonna find a way.
Good serve from Caritativo. Tipped over. Gamban! Nakalusot.
Loisa Gamban enjoying his court time. That's a beauty. Avoiding the blockers.
Certainly making the most of this opportunity on the floor as Caritativo could not keep that one in play. Far improved output here in this third set for VNS. We're up to 19 with Gamban on the combination. Nag-iisa dun si Gamban. And that is set point.
Boy, it's hitting practice for Gamban. Are there blockers? Anyone?
That felt good for Gamban. Set point, match point.
And they bring in Luis Ramirez.
Trying to add an exclamation. Great reception. Jersey Santos.
Wow. One final push. That's a good example of airing all his frustrations in today's game in that one hit.
That one will go long. That's 2 match points saved. Oh, there'll be a challenge. They're saying there was a touch. If this is successful, that will be game. If it is unsuccessful, we continue. And what has been the best set so far for VNS?
Again, VNS from set 1, set 2. And you mentioned this is the best set from them. That's all you can ask from them, you know, given they're playing up against a contender this conference.
Let's have a look at it here. Nope, didn't look like it.
Yeah, and again, for those who don't know, the format is 6 teams, double round robin, top 4 will make it to the semifinals, single round robin, and then top 2 plays for gold, and 3 and 4 plays for bronze. So we have about a month's worth of great men's volleyball action.
That block is out, and look at this. All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. At ang Spin Doctors naman ang magta-timeout.
Sana lang yan, 20 yan galing kanina, naka 3-0 run pa sila. Dandahan lang para makapalo din ng maayos yung spiker mo. Guys, tapusin na natin yan. Tara.
Tapusin na natin yan. That's the message. from Coach Sydney. You talked about the format earlier on. The teams in 3rd and 4th will effectively qualify for the next round. Only have a one win to their name at the moment. So, you know, the margins are tight. Gamban blocked at the net. De La Vega looking to finish, and he does. It was a valiant resistance in that 3rd and final set, but in the end, Savouge too much to handle as they take this one in straight sets.
Yeah, but you're pretty happy with the way they played. You know, they challenged Savouge. They even outplayed them in terms of net defense in set number 2. So these are the things you bring in the rest of your games and hopefully get a couple of wins down the line.
Savouge able to utilize the full depth of their lineup here. There's just so much talent at the disposal of Sydney Calderon. The Spin Doctors, it's early days, but they do look like a formidable force in this open conference.
Yeah, in the pregame we did say they have their goal, their main goal is really the gold here, this conference. So they're looking good, and they're hoping, you know, at least a great ending to this double round robin.
3 straight sets, 3 straight victories now for the Spin Doctors. Short break. We'll be right back to tie a bow on this match.
You're still joining us here at the Spikers Turf Open Conference. Despite a valiant effort from the VNS Griffins, the Savouge Spin Doctors emerge victorious to keep their win streak alive. And I'm here with the best player of the game. We have Vince Imperial, their setter. Vince, congratulations. Third game, third win, and I believe ito ang best performance mo so far this conference. What was behind that performance?
Pinagigiyan ko po kasi yung challenge ko po yung mga katim ko, kaya para-parehas po kami umangat.
Vince, we know na ever since a lot of talent ang ng players sa Savouge, but now this conference nadagdagan pa ng talented players. What was that experience for you as a setter?
Masarap po kasi mas lumalawak pa yung namin mga setter kasi yung mga spiker namin lalo na galing sa signal ngayon.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations, Vince, to you and to Savouge. We look forward to the next passavage of the team moving forward this conference. But for now, balik muna sa inyo, Jing and Noreen.
Maraming salamat, Doreen. At ating best player of the game, si Vince Imperial. Mukha naman siyang masaya, Noreen.
You know, it's really difficult to choose a best player when a lot of players played well. You know? I mean, the first two sets you saw like Luis Ramirez and everybody else. But you know what we appreciated from the setter really is his control, his ability to distribute it, get everyone their sets, and we even saw his running attack. So goes to show that he is showing some leadership there, and that's what they need for a very talented team. So they get this victory, and they're looking to further increase their the record. They're at 3-0. 3-0.
Yes,
Yeah.
3-0 now.
They want to set up themselves for that clash with Chris Cross.
And when you talk about variety of attacks, Savouge really put it on full display today, and with great power, so to speak, does come great responsibility. And Imperial, there is a pressure for him to utilize all the tools available to him, and he did a great job today. And nakikita natin dito yung atake nila really told the story. 16 attacks for them, 4 blocks for the Spin Doctors, and they did commit more errors, but at the end of the day, just too much firepower on the side of the Spin Doctors, and they got the job done against VNS.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't perfect. Coach said you had to call timeout. But what's important for them is even them, because they're a new team, even if they have premier players in the roster, it's still a work in progress, learning experience, and they're gonna bring it this conference. Again, a lot of time still, double round robin, so we'll see how it goes.
VNS have now played against 2 of the favorites in this conference. You'd expect them to grow in confidence moving forward, but now our focus switches to our next match with the Alpha Insurance Protectors taking on the 3B Event Masters. For my partner Noreen Go, my name is Jing Hamlang. Thank you for watching. Stick around for the next game.